Hi, I'm Nicole Davison, and my 7th grade pre-algebra lesson focuses on two standards. Approximating the probability of a chance event by collecting data on the chance process that produces it, and finding probabilities of compound events using organized lists, tables, tree diagrams, and simulation. In this case, the event we're studying is the NCAA March Madness Tournament. On the first day, students will break into groups and use both random and statistical methods to predict which team they think will win the tournament. On the second day, we'll come back to class and look at some of the real games that really took place and discuss why certain teams won or lost based on team statistics. My into strategy is an icebreaker about sports trivia, and my beyond strategy involves having the groups make posters to advertise the teams they picked to win, and then they present the posters to the class. I like both of these strategies a lot, but they wouldn't have made good videos for this assignment, so I chose my through strategy, or at least part of it. In this segment, I explained to the class how to use a coin toss to randomly predict an event that has two possible outcomes. I focused on modeling because the brackets itself is pretty complicated, and I wanted to make sure students could understand how to fill it out. I also focused on vocabulary that might be new or confusing to EL students. In a real classroom situation with EL students, I would spend more time explaining the tournament and the basics of basketball itself so that they would understand what we're talking about, especially when we get further into the lesson and we start studying team statistics like and terminology like points per game and scoring offense. So this is my lesson. So now that you've divided into your groups, every group has a handout, and on it you have what's called a bracket. And this is what it would look like. This is called a bracket. I'm going to write it. B-R-A-C-K-E-T. Bracket. So that's what you have, and it shows all 64 teams that are playing in this basketball tournament. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part right here and I'm going to zoom in so you can see what it looks like because it's tiny. So we have Kentucky that's going to play MVSU. We have Iowa State who's going to play Connecticut. We have Wichita State who's playing VCU. And we have Indiana who's playing NMSU. Now there's different ways you can decide who's going or predict who's going to win a game. And so the first way that we're going to do it is just by using a random method. So let's write the word random. R-A-N-D-O-M. Now who remembers what random means? That's right, random is when every possible outcome has an equal chance of happening. So when we're playing a game, how many teams are playing? That's right, 2. So when you have 2 chances that could go either way, a good way you can predict what's going to happen is using a random method is just by doing a coin toss. So I've given each of you a quarter, and what you're going to do is you're going to flip your quarter, and whatever side lands up is the side you're going to decide is going to win. So I have this handy thing. I'm going to pretend I'm flipping a quarter. Here's my quarter, and I'm going to say stop. You're going to throw yours in the air, and whatever side lands up is the side you're going to choose. Mine, because he's ahead, this is called heads. If I were to do it and it lands, oh, yes, got it. The other side is called tails. So whichever side I get is the side I'm going with. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm throwing my quarter in the air. Okay, I got tails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my bracket. Whoops. There it is. And in my first game, the H next to Kentucky means for heads, and the T next to MVSU means tails. So my quarter predicted that MVSU is going to win this game. So you're going to fill in whichever team wins that coin toss. MVSU. Then I'm going to do it again for Iowa State and Connecticut, and then I'm going to do it again for Wichita and VCU, and Indiana and NMSU. Then so you have a winner here and you have a winner here. So then you have to do it again to decide who's going to win this one. And you're going to fill in every game until you find a winner. And that's what we're going to do first. Any questions?